I shouldn't feel like I'm going to die all the time.
Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. For years, viewers of My 600-Pound Life have seen the stories of morbidly obese patients, how they transform themselves completely by changing their lifestyles. From being unable to walk or to do other tasks, patients suffer a lot because the physical and emotional consequences of obesity make them feel devastated. Such people have something in common, and that's their willpower and hope to change their lives. Today, you'll see transformations of My 600-Pound Life guests that shocked everyone. Joe Wexler. One of Dr. Now's heaviest patients, Joe Wexler was weighing 800 pounds when he appeared on the show. He struggled a lot to lose weight, but his weight loss journey was nothing short of astonishing. Actually, before being a part of the show, he never dreamed of living such a life that he is living today. But all credit goes to Joe himself, as he managed to shed 140 pounds on his own before asking for help from Dr. Now and getting gastric bypass surgery. He even transformed his whole life totally by staying on the healthy plan. Well, passing milestone after milestone, he finally got a chance to undergo skin removal surgery, and by ultimately losing 500 pounds, he became able to drive again. We know that success attracts success, but his story is an ultimate example of it, and its implementation can be seen in his life. In fact, in his follow-up episode, Joe revealed that he's about to tie the knot with Sarah, his current girlfriend. Well, now they're happily married, and he's still working on himself as he's taking online courses. Amber Rochdy. By the way, the most jaw-dropping transformation on the show is Amber Rochdy. At the age of 23, she first was featured in the 5th season weighing 657 pounds. Obesity had always been a real struggle for her since she was a kid, and she shared that she sees herself as a nasty, yucky monster, as her legs carried most of her weight, therefore she couldn't stand more than 30 minutes. But fortunately, after losing 20 pounds, she got approved by Dr. Now for gastric surgery. Well, after that, within a year, she lost 337 pounds. And didn't stop there, as by keeping fighting with her weight, she also shed over 400 pounds. She kept posting about her weight loss journeys on social media and still keeps updating her social platforms with her pinup style selfies. She even revealed on the show that her obesity prevented her from being intimate with her boyfriend. Now, she got engaged in 2016 and since then has been living happily ever after with her fiancé.
I shouldn't feel like I'm going to die all the time.
Zaylin Whitworth. Zaylin Whitworth, a beautiful yet most motivated contestant who appeared in 2014 weighing 694 pounds. Despite the fact that her husband Garth wasn't supportive toward her goal of losing weight for her well-being, she still did what she had to do to lose weight to create a positive change in her life for herself. She even shared in her episode that Gareth has no idea how close to death I feel every day. Actually, the reason behind her statement was that he was into oversized women, so he was totally controlling and manipulating her to eat excessively just to satisfy his sexual needs. Whitworth's husband was actually a big fan of adult websites where fat fetish content is available and where they both met. She was earning money over there as a model. Since then, he was attracted to her oversized body and started dating each other. But when she made up her mind to lose weight, he started acting weird, as he didn't want her to take that step. But she was determined for her goal to lose weight, so she managed to undergo Dr. Now's gastric bypass and skin removal surgery and lost 378 pounds. And by getting divorced from her husband, she also shed the weight of her problematic relationship. Thank goodness, she's such a real inspiration.
Become so immobile. I don't do anything.
Christina Phillips. 22-year-old Christina appeared in the show weighing in at 640 pounds. Well, she would prefer to leave the house only at 3 a.m. because it was unlikely you'd bump into people at midnight. Christina had started gaining weight in her childhood, and at the age of 17, she was already close to 400 pounds. When she turned 18, things got really bad because at that devastating time, she got her first lymphedema. After that, Christina had to depend on her mother and her husband Zach to care for her in her daily do activities. Anyhow, after her first meeting with Dr. Now, Christina struggled a lot, and instead of losing 40 pounds, she actually gained 17 pounds by her next visit. Because she was surrounded by people who even brought her junk food when she was staying in the hospital, She was committed to stick to a 1,000-calorie diet by Dr. Now to make her lose weight. But despite all that, Christina eventually managed to lose 266 pounds in the first year after her surgery. And after another year later, by moving out of her family's house and by getting separated from her enabler husband, she finally made things better, and now she's living with her new boyfriend. Because of that new change in her life, she finally underwent one of the most shocking transformations in the history of the show, and she ended up losing so much weight that Dr. Now actually advised her to gain at least 15 pounds back just to be at a more healthy level. Chunk Turner. Chunk Turner weighed 693 pounds when the viewers saw him for the first time on the show. He shared on the show that when his first wife died, he started gaining weight just after the year. He then married Nisa, his second wife, after that devastating incident of his life. Both decided to adopt a kid, and they adopted a son, but unfortunately, he couldn't help his wife out around the house and take care of their son because of his obesity. Once he even said to TLC makers that I'd rather be a dead man than to have to live like this for the rest of my life. His situation had become even more complicated to handle when a 40-pound growth was developed on his leg, which was called lymphedema. As lymphedema made his movement more hindering, therefore his marriage became strained. But after undergoing Dr. Now's gastric bypass surgery, he fortunately lost 433 pounds. But God knows for what reasons, Turner and his wife Nisa split up. Despite the fact that he was finally managing to live a better life, he also shared on a special reunion episode he was looking for love again. Brittany Fulfer. Well, when it comes to talk about Brittany Fulfer, her story is known as one of the most incredible stories on the show. Her whole journey on the series is quite remarkable to discuss. In Season 4, she appeared as the heaviest contestant, weighing 605 pounds. She was quite depressed in the initial stage of her journey because of her weight. She also revealed that she was abused by someone when she was 5 years old. That monster behind a human face continued doing this to her for another 6 years straight. So to cope with that, she started binge eating. What a heartbreaking childhood memory she has. She even used to call herself the most disgusting thing in the world after gaining a lot of weight. But finally, she began to shed weight after seeking help from Dr. Now. By the way, after following a very strict diet and excessive exercise, she fortunately came down to 365 pounds. She was called one of the doctor's biggest success stories because of her utmost struggles and hard work. After losing her weight, she saved her marriage with Bill by becoming physically fit to be intimate. After 1 year later, Brittany dropped over 100 pounds. Now her weight is up to 272. Paula Jones. In 2014, when Paula Jones was 39 years old, she appeared on the show just after 1 year of her husband's death. His death was a very tragic and powerful motivation for her, as her husband passed away from obesity-related complications, weighing 600 pounds. And her weight wasn't much less than her husband, at 542 pounds. She was worried that, as her late husband, if she faced the same fate then, forcing her kids to live on their own. Therefore, she decided to move to finally deal with her obesity issue and to be near Dr. Now's office with her 4 kids from Georgia to Houston, Texas. Along her journey and during the most stressful days of her life, she faced multiple challenges and she gained 17 more pounds. Well, when she worked out for the first time, she rewarded herself with a burrito. She felt that was quite hard for her. In early 2015, fortunately, she lost weight and dropped down to 269 pounds. According to Women's World magazine, after some time, she got amazing results and lost 400 pounds. Even after her surgery, her relationship with her kids was quite improved. Now she's the one who tries to teach them to eat healthy. Angel Parrish. At the age of 42, Parrish came on the show weighing 570 pounds, while bound to a wheelchair and depending upon her boyfriend, Donnie. She shared that because of size, she saw herself as an oversized whale. In fact, she also revealed that at the age of 14, she had to give up a baby, and to be chopped with all that, she started binge eating and went into depression. Then, weighing 300 pounds, she became pregnant with her son Andrew at the age of 30. After her pregnancy, she kept gaining weight and ballooned to 600 pounds. At that moment, she finally decided to meet Dr. Now to seek his assistance. With his help, she finally lost 165 pounds after undergoing gastric bypass surgery. And after struggling a lot, she actually managed to come down to 261 pounds. By shedding 309 pounds, she almost shed half of her body weight. But Angel did not stop her urge to transform her life, as she continued on her journey to lose weight and nearly turned her life around. Now she's almost unrecognizable. That's all for today, guys, with transformations of my 600-pound life guest that shocked everyone. Thanks for watching the video.